The Appalachian Forest property is a massive property, more than 500,000 acres in West Virginia, Kentucky, and Virginia, and really contains some of the most diverse and complex forests that the Forestland Group owns and manages. It's operationally very challenging with very steep slopes, difficult road access. Really a terrific place for a carbon project because it provides a revenue stream while leaving the site integrity intact. The Forestland Group owns the property. The property is managed by Advantage Timberland, and the carbon project has been developed and is being managed by Blue Source in California.
Probably the biggest reason I got in forestry was the stewardship mentality. Taking care of something that doesn't belong to you. That's who I am. My name's Greg Bailey. I work for the Forestland Group. Been working for them for 4 years now as a regional director. We are in West Virginia, and part of the property is in West Virginia, Virginia, and also Kentucky. There's a rich history of coal mining in this area. In fact, we're close to Pocahontas, Virginia, where one of the first large seams was found, and it started the coal boom. The Forestland Group came across this property probably back in 2005. There was interest in purchasing it, and we did purchase it in 2007, and we've been managing it since. This property is such a vast resource, over thousands of acres, that the Forestland Group, we just cannot do it ourselves. So we hire consulting forestry companies that set up timber sales, they work with the loggers, they inventory the properties for us. They are our boots on the ground.
I'm Mike Jones. I'm a land management forester for Advantage Timberland. We've been managing this property for the Forestland Group for 13 years. And our primary management tool is timber harvesting. Each year we harvest less timber than what is actually growing, which allows these forests to capture an abundant amount of carbon emissions each year. When we harvest timber, we're not cutting every tree out there. We'll have stands that are composed of young to mature trees scattered throughout the harvested area. We maintain retention zones, and we leave select trees, such as wildlife trees, on site. These areas really prolifically regenerate. Making sure that we have a variety of vegetation species not only is healthy for the forest, but it also helps support the mechanisms to sequester carbon.
So the carbon market in the very simplest form is you've got companies out there that are emitting a lot of carbon, contributing to the global warming, and they are being mandated to purchase carbon credits. And where do they get the carbon credits but forests like this? They have to purchase their carbon credits. We're banking carbon here, and we meet in the middle.
I'm Chad Westfall with Landmark Forestry. Traditionally, we think about forest product in lumber, in boards, and flooring, and cabinetry. But in this case, the product is forest carbon. It gives a landowner a new product class and incentivizes landowners to manage at a higher level. We work directly with a carbon developer. Then they'll come to us and say, Chad, we have 120,000 acres of forest land in western Virginia that we would like to have a carbon inventory completed on to estimate the carbon stocking that is in this forest. Working with TFG in short has been great. The objectives are very well stated up front, and with them we're given the freedom to implement what we feel is correct forest management. For us, it's a perfect scenario, a really nice fit.
The Appalachian Forest property is over 500,000 acres. The carbon project that's being developed on it is about 280,000 of those acres, which will be the largest non-tribal project in the United States through California's ARB program. We're expecting to generate over 5 million tons of offsets in the first year alone.